Hello and welcome back to 6th Street Underground.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Zenless Zone Zero podcast. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Eric.
It's so good to see you. Today we're going to talk about rolling.
Rolling them bones.
We're going to talk about rolling them bones. I was trying to figure out which song with the word roll in it I was going to use to introduce our conversation today, and thought it would be in poor taste if I was like, they see me rolling. So I didn't do that, and I'm glad that I didn't do that.
I thought you would go with the other obvious one of rolling, 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 rolling.
I mean, that's actually probably better than what I picked. And we didn't do either of them, which is great. Brian, we're going to talk about rolling today. I wanted to take some time to kind of detail what we mean when we talk about rolling. Like, just walk us through what rolling for characters is like in Zenless Zone Zero, some of the intricacies of the banner. Some of this stuff might be super obvious. Some of this might be a little bit more niche. But I just kind of want to play through what rolling looks like in this game, because a gacha game without gambling isn't a gacha game, and that's why we're all here. It's because we like the gambling. We can tell ourselves we like other things, but we like the gambling.
We like the gambling.
Good.
So rolling is
rolling.
When you spend money on the game, you don't get the character you want, so you just roll around on the ground crying, right?
Yeah, exactly. Rolling is what you do in your own grave, or what your grandparents did in their grave when they see how much money you just spent for a JPEG and some different triangles all wedged together.
Or worse, when your wife asks you what all the ZZZ on your credit card means, and you have to explain that your kid can't go to college for reasons.
Listen, if you move your money from the credit card to your Play Store, then it becomes a beautiful black box where no one knows how much you're spending, and you get coins for it.
It's infinite money glitch, but for real.
It's all the money you could ever need, as long as no one follows the paper trail. All right, so I'm going to detail just kind of let's go through the basics here, right? So when we roll for characters in Zenless Zone Zero, we're talking about how we get new characters. ZZZ uses the exact same rolling structure as Genshin Impact does and Honkai Star Rail. There's two types of currency that we care about. There's polychromes, which are those cool rainbowy things, and then monochromes, which are the rainbowy things but monochrome.
Wow.
You can only get monochromes from paying right now. That's your paid currency. And currently, apart from there being some bundles that most of the bundles, when you buy them with monochromes, you get that many polychromes back and then some resources. So it's just a way to get you to actually spend money on the game. Really, these are we're just using them for rolling. There's nothing else you're going to use them for. If you're super whaling, you can use your polychromes to give yourself more energy for the day, but that gets so expensive. You're not rolling if you're doing that. And I can't afford that.
Just take a break.
Just take a break. It's okay. The beauty of these games is that you don't have to play it all the time, as much as you might want to. So it's 160 currency to do a roll, 1,600 currency to do a 10 roll. Unlike some other gachas, there is no bonus for doing multi-pulls. There's no bonus for doing 10 instead of 1, just that it happens faster. So it's really up to you. If you're trying to really penny pinch, you really should be doing single rolls. Unless you know you want multiple copies of a character, or you don't care if you... It doesn't really matter, because there's pity, and we're going to talk about that in a second, and whatever you roll after the character you get just goes towards the next character, and I guess we'll talk about that later. But by and large, 10 or 1 doesn't matter, which means you need 14,400 rolls to guarantee a hard pity. You need 28,800 to guarantee getting a limited character, even if you have the worst luck ever. So what we're talking about there with pity is, I'm going to jump around a little bit on my notes here. ZZ does a really nice thing where it shows you how many rolls you've done towards the character you're targeting. It's a little bottom. It says 90. Without any modifications, each roll you make has a 0.6% chance of being an S-rank character.
I like them odds.
Which are great odds. 0.6% is minuscule. But at 75, and each roll after 75, the rate increases for an S-rank character. So generally speaking, we call it soft pity. You'll get a character off the banner somewhere between 75 and 85 rolls. There will be people who get it on the first roll. There will be people who get 3 S ranks on one 10 roll and they put it on the internet and we all just hate them for a while for their awesome luck. And there will also be people who get 89 rolls in and still haven't gotten the S rank character they're targeting.
That's where I sit on the chart.
Oh, is it? It's the worst feeling.
So far, in both roles I've done for characters, I have failed the 50-50, which we'll talk about later. Yeah. And even then, I think I was somewhere in the high 70s of my second attempt before either of them. So needless to say, I've got my Qing Yi and I've got my Zhuan Yu, and it's going to be a long, long time before they have any friends.
Sit on it for a while and wait for reruns. I mean, yeah, I feel like I got really lucky early in the game getting, because you were guaranteed S rank in like the first X rolls from starting the account. And I don't have those numbers in front of me, but I got Soldier 11 and a W engine in the same 10 pool, and that felt amazing. But I have not rolled on a limited character since Ellen came out. So we'll see how my luck plays out when Jane and Caesar and Bernice are coming down the pipeline. I'm scared.
I hope you've been working on your summoning ritual.
Listen, I'm trying to decide what that ritual is going to be. But we're getting ahead of ourselves real quick. One thing I wanted to plug real quick before we jump into like the 50-50 and stuff. I've seen I'm exaggerating. I've seen tons of Reddit posts and otherwise where somebody decided to preemptively convert their polychromes or the equivalent into the encrypted tapes, right? They're really excited to I'm going to get all these encrypted tapes. I'm going to see how many I have to go. And they fat-fingered and bought the gray ones instead.
Oh, no.
That's the worst feeling. If you don't have enough tapes and you go to roll and you hit roll, it goes, hey, you need more tapes. Do you want to buy this many? You say, yes, you're good. So really, unless you're really confident, I wouldn't even bother trying to pre-convert them.
I pre-convert.
To pre-convert.
I'm preaching to the converted.
And if that's what you do, that's awesome. I can't imagine. I have over 200 rolls worth of currency saved up. If I accidentally made those into 200 gray tapes, I might make a new account. It would be so sad to look at. Which, I mean, really, there are some people who are spending your currency on the standard banner because there's the guaranteed selector at 300. That will happen. In Honkai Star Rail, it took us about a year without buying any extra gray currency to get that free character. Just kind of let it happen. Really put your currency towards the limited banners that come through. Earlier you said 50-50. Let's talk about what that means real quick.
It's like when you flip a coin.
It's like when you flip a coin. Only this time, the coin flip, one side has the really cool character you're excited for, and the other side has 6 characters you may or may not be excited for.
A big pile of disappointment.
It could be. I mean...
No, the desire sensor is real. It'll be the one S rank that you don't need or want. You have no room for them. You have no interest in them. You have no team for them. And they're like, what about 7 copies of them, though?
And if your friend wants that character, they'll never get it, and you'll get that character instead.
100%.
Because you definitely have the 2 that I want from the standard banner. And I think they are dusty in your account.
They're not...
If I remember correctly.
They're not dusty. I just haven't looked at them since I made the exclamation mark go away.
I dust them off because I look at their animations in the menu.
Rena seems very nice. She just has no place in my world right now.
You've got a solid team. It makes sense.
Oh, yeah, no.
So, if you flip 50-50, first time you get an S rank on the banner, doesn't mean either if it's the first roll or the 90th roll because your name is Brian and that's how you roll.
Roll.
The first time you get an S rank, you have a 50% chance to get the banner character, a 50% chance to get either Lycone, Soldier 11, Kaleda, Grace, Rena, or Nekomata. The next S rank will be guaranteed the banner character, which is why earlier I said you need at most 180 rolls to get the character you want. That's if you took 90 rolls to get an S rank, lost the 50-50, and then got 90 more rolls to get an S rank.
After you get the S rank that's on the banner, does the 50-50 reset? Or is it like a one and done sort of 50-50?
It resets every time you hit the banner.
Okay.
So if you were like hardcore whaling, you're trying to max out a character. I think there's 6 copies of a character to do that.
Yeah.
6, 7 in this. It's a lot. You could lose 50-50 between each one of those copies and spend thousands of dollars. Just insane amounts.
I mean, that's why God invented double mortgages.
Apparently. Or being an oil magnate.
Well, magnets are bad to have near computers, so I don't recommend that.
Yeah, you gotta have a special computer magnet. So rates, real quick. I mean, you're guaranteed every 10 rolls you get an A rank, either a W engine or a character. It's a 50% chance when you get one of those if it's one or the other. Everything else is going to be B rank, W engine fodder. You're not going to worry about it. Unlike some of the other games, getting an S rank resets the 10 roll tally to getting another A rank. So if it's telling you it's me till an A.
Counts as like both for the point.
It counts as both, which is in Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. That's not the case, and so no one cares but me. But that's an interesting thing to know.
Hashtag fun fact.
Fun facts from Eric. The standard banner is similar. Only there is no guarantee that you get character versus getting a W engine or a weapon, right? So you could get 5 S ranks in a row on the standard banner and get 5 W engines in a row, which is good or bad depending on how you feel about it. At this point in the game, I think everyone's like, I want the characters. Like, I want Nekomata. I want Rina. I don't want a W engine that I can't use. But if it's anything like Genshin, because I've been playing that one since day one, at this point, I'm more excited if I get a weapon off the standard banner because I'm not rolling for weapons very much. And the weapons because they're class specific, not character, they build towards character, but they're not character specific. There's a use case for those way after Soldier 11 gets completely, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Out meta'd.
Yeah. There's a word.
Retired.
Gets power crept.
That's
gets power crept.
We got there in the end.
We did it. She might get power crept, but her attack W engine is just a generally very good W engine for any attacker. And so there's a lot of people being upset because you can't guarantee weapons off standard, or can't guarantee characters off standard. But I'm kind of into this idea that you can collect weapons, or I got lucky because my most recent standard banner pull was Lycone's W engine, and I use Lycone. So now that dude is stacked, right? Because I got lucky on that banner, even though I was really hoping that the thing would turn around and I would see Grace standing there instead.
I've got Grace. She's pretty cool. I keep her in the closet.
Yeah. I look at her once. Real quick, the W engine banner has similar rules, only pity is 80 instead of 90. Pity's 80 for the Bang Boo banner as well.
Bang Boos.
Generally speaking, the W engine banner is not for people who are free to play. I want to do an episode later that's how do you play this game free to play? But because you can lose pity going for these W engines and it can take so many rolls to get to it, if you're really trying to build out your roster, it's better to put an A rank W engine on your character and save for the next banner character. But it really is up to you what you feel like doing. But most people online will tell you it's kind of a trap to go for the W engine banner. The last banner to talk about before we talk about our own personal experiences is the Bang Boo banner. Bang Boo banner is a little bit different. It does not rotate. They just add more Bang Boos to it, which is great because you can target the one you want, focus on it, pull it, go for the next one. There is no way right now to whale for Bang Boo tickets. You cannot spend real money to roll for Bang Boos.
Thank God. The one thing keeping the obsessive gambling compulsion at bay is the inability to spend money on Bang Boos.
Is the Bang Boos. If I buy everything else, I can't buy all the Bang Boos at once. And I like that. They've been very generous with Bang Boo tickets so far. We keep getting weekly events, and they attach Bang Boo tickets to lots of different things.
Excuse me. The official term is Boopon.
The Boopons. You're
Boopons.
right. The Boopons, which is a lot of fun to say. The only thing I'm like, I don't have backing for this, but I'm a little bit worried about, and I've been hoarding Boopons because of this, is if the rate of acquiring Boopons doesn't keep up with the rate of them releasing new Bang Boos, then like I'm excited because I'm a puppy and I'm always excited about something new. I'm excited for the new Sons of Caledon characters coming out and the Sons of Caledon Bang Boo that we know is going to be coming. I want to make sure that I've got tickets saved up so I can guarantee that Bang Boo to work on that team and not end up in this place where I'm just desperate for Boopons trying to get this thing caught up for my team.
Nah, I went for that new Officer Bupon because he's adorable. He doesn't even fit on my team, but he's so cute.
It does, though. You've got the officer team. Like, that's...
Well, I thought you wanted the Space Bupon or Bang Boo because of all the ether buildup.
The Space Boop, I mean, that's really about your team. And I am not the theory crafter, and I haven't done the research into it yet. So
you had one job, and that was to do all of the jobs.
It was to do all the research for your team, of which I have one of the characters of.
You research, I react. It's 50-50.
That's how it works. I thought it would be just because, like, well, I don't know, because, all right, we'll get into it later, but that Boopon does physical damage, if I remember correctly, or that Bang Boo does physical damage, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So it's not helping towards anomaly buildup, but it does give your party get a buff from having two of the same faction on your team, in which there's a 50% chance for it to follow up with an extra hit of the biting attack that it does if you've got that unlocked. So like either, I mean, the Bang Boos right now, like you can min-max, but do the one that you like the most and really try to activate that B tier.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm putting the slasher in the paper bag.
We love Bag Boo. He's a maniac. All right. I mean, did I cover everything when it comes to rolling? Like at least like mechanically that we should know about? Brian, do you have any other questions about like rolling for characters before we just sort of chat about it for a couple of minutes and call this thing done?
Why has God forsaken me?
I don't know what you did to offend the gacha gods.
They hate me.
They're
Hoyo
saving up.
Does not want me to get my people on the first go round.
They're saving up for when you do a random 10 roll because it looks kind of fun. You know, getting like absolute cinema 2 for a character you only kind of care about.
What's going to happen is my cat's going to step on my keyboard and accidentally roll on Jane Doe's banner, and I'm going to get her.
Yes.
And I'm not going to invest in her at all.
You're not going to use her.
And you are going to kill me.
I'll lose my mind. Well, I mean, so you didn't play much Genshin. There's a character named Raiden Shogun who came out that everyone was very excited about.
Oh, I got her.
Yeah.
I came back just for her.
My wife does not care about Raiden Shogun at all. She did a 10 roll because she was like, I haven't rolled in a while. Let's do it. She has a C2 Raiden Shogun.
Well, so this transitions
on her
to
account.
The next thing is when I was playing Fate Grand Order heavily, and you just picked it up randomly, and you rolled.
Yes, it's Scotty.
Yeah, and you got Scotty, and you were like, is she good? I'm like, she changes the meta. But the irony was, that was your first 5-star character you got, so you had no use for her because she's only a support character, and then you stopped playing.
Unused. That game was not for me because that's a game where there is no pity.
Oh, God.
Right?
No, it's one of those that started from the early game times of gacha.
Yeah.
And so it was a long time before you even got like a bonus roll if you did a 10 pull.
Jeez. Like that's one of the things that, like, to put it in perspective, if you haven't played these other games, that like ZZZ's banner and pities and stuff actually feels really nice. And not because it's not, like, it's still gambling and it's still trying to squeeze as much money out of you as you can. But you'll get the character. There won't be like, I mean, I'm sure I don't remember the numbers, but there are people who sunk thousands of dollars to get that character, and she never came home.
Oh, yeah, no. The way the pity system worked in Fate Grand Order, and I think still does unless they've changed it, is so you needed 5 copies of the character to max them out. And then after that, if you got a further 10 copies of that character, you would have enough coins to turn in for one copy of a character of your choice, provided they were in the list of characters you could redeem it for. So it was super harsh.
That's wild. I mean, in that case, thank you, MiHoYo and the ZZZ team for taking pity on us.
Oh yes, in comparison, even the idea of a guaranteed, like,
at all,
it is definitely welcome.
So you asked about this earlier, Brian. Do you have a good luck ritual that you do, either for like all the games you play or like for ZZZ in particular?
I don't.
Okay.
I have tried to come up
Maybe
with a
you
ritual.
should. I've heard about your rates. Maybe you should try to find one.
But the thing, no, because I also play Nikkei, and during the last summer event, when I maxed out Summer Rosanna in like a total of like 60 polls, which is absolutely nuts.
That's insane.
And I told you when it happened, I've expended all of my gacha luck for like the next 3 years doing that.
You are tanked.
So thank God that MiHoYo has that failsafe. So even where I'm currently at, where I have depleted all my luck, I can still eventually like stumble my way into the character I want.
You can save for it. Which is another question I have. I didn't put it on our list, but I'm going to ask you anyways. Which are you a waifu or a meta person? What's your priority?
Oh, 100% waifu first.
Yeah, it tracks.
But I will, if they're really, really bad, like completely useless in the meta, which where we're at right now in MiHoYo isn't a thing, but like in more established games like Nikkei and
Dark
especially
Knights.
in Fate Grand Order, where like you have like 7 years worth of characters. Like there are some that you're like, they're cool, but it's not like, at least Nikkei, like you can, like if you go for your waifu, you can get her as like a banner for when you log in, and you're like, hey, you don't do any damage, but you make my heart happy.
Yeah. I'm definitely like waifu first pass, meta second pass. So like we haven't talked about it yet because it's really early in ZZZ's lifetime, but at some point they're going to start rerunning banners. And so like, yes, if you were really excited about Ellen and you didn't get Ellen and you're like, that's who I wanted on my team, she will come back. They'll run that banner again. It's not always consistent. Like you can't set your calendar to how the reruns work.
It's too late. I've already put it on my calendar.
I know you've got it on your calendar. I saw you add it in real time.
It just says empty bank account.
It just says empty for Ellen. And then a picture of a maid. She's
so adorable. I just got to her in the story.
She's super cute. I love her. That the story is what sold me from being like, I might wait till somebody else comes out, to being like, time to roll. Like you have to come home. So like for me, I'll usually I'll try to watch who's coming down the pipeline, and if they're like real waifu material or like I love that character, I'm like, I gotta roll for that character no matter what. So like right now, we talked about it last episode. Like I'm excited for Jane because I've been excited since she showed up. Caesar is like cool street punk sword and shield from Monster Hunter character, so I'm like, I gotta have that. I'm sure they'll be solid, but even if they weren't, I'd probably still roll for them. At least to first pity. It depends on how much I've got saved up, right? Like, if I know there's a character that I'm really going to want coming up later, I might hope I win the 50-50. Brian, what we didn't talk about that I just thought about is your 50-50 and your pity rolls over. So if you were to roll on the who's the current banner right now? Is that Qingyi?
Qingyi still.
If you were to roll on the Qingyi banner, you got 90 rolls in, you got an S rank, and the S rank was Nekomata, and you stopped, then on Jane's banner, who Jane's next, the S rank you get is guaranteed to be Jane.
See, that's good to know. I didn't know that the 50-50 also rolled over.
The 50-50 rolls over and the pity rolls over, full stop. So, like, there have been times playing in Genshin where I've been like, I kind of want this character. I'll get a 5-star. And if it's them, cool. And if it's not, then I know I can really count my rolls to guarantee the next character I roll for. And then if they end up being like super meta, really powerful character on second run through, if I've got a team that could use them, I'm probably going to roll for them. ZZZ right now, you only need 2 teams because all the content only requires really, I mean, like eventually you'll have a team for each element, but for the most part, 2 teams is going to get you through most content. So it's like, hey, this character might be really, really cool. Like Caesar might come out and she might be amazing, but have no place in either of your teams. Despite what the internet says, it's okay to skip it and get her when she comes back later. It's always tricky because, like, I mean, you've probably seen this in other games as well. The characters that end up being like having the most longevity are your non-DPS characters, right? Like DPS characters are the ones that get power cracked before anybody else. Those are the ones that you're like always building a team around and finding somebody new. Your supports and your breaks and your, I mean, anomaly is an anomaly, but like those ones are going to be a lot stickier and last a lot longer. So if you're really trying to maximize your account and you don't know who to go for, one, try them out, see what you like, see what people are saying about them. But if you're trying to like really make your currency go the distance, looking into like support characters are going to be really valuable, I think. I'm calling it now.
Does MiHoYo do like truly limited characters? Like
one and done?
Yeah, like single run, like a lot of gachas, especially, you know, when they do tie-in events, because if they want to rerun it, they have to like renegotiate contracts. I know. Yeah. So there's like there's certain characters that like if you don't get them, they will not show back up.
I've played Genshin since day one. Until recently, I played Star Rail since day one. I've played ZZZ since day one. There's been one character in any of those games that was true limited. It was Aloy and Genshin Impact. You had to have like your PlayStation account linked to your MiHoYo account, and she is essentially unusable. So, and they've never done it since.
Oh,
so
okay.
No, I don't think they'll ever release a truly limited. Like now, event weapons, so far have been truly one and done limited. So the ones you can get from like right now, it's Golden Week, just started today. There's a W engine you can get from Golden Week. If you don't get that during this Golden Week, you probably will never be able to get it.
See, I'm okay with that because like like you said, the W engine, I'm sure they're cool and they're nice and everything, but like it's the fear of missing out on like characters forever, whether or not they're good. If they're like cool, just the fear of missing out, the FOMO that so many gachas like bank on for their events.
Yeah, no, you're good. You don't have to worry about any limiteds like that, and they don't end up like, I know some other games will have their true limiteds come back, but in a very like muddied pool, so it's hard to actually get them. The only thing I will say is like Genshin's going into year 5, I want to say. It's been a long time. One of the weapons from like the very first or second event is still best in slot for like 3 or 4 characters, and it's never come back again. So people who started playing after like version 1.2 have never been able to get those weapons. So if you are playing ZZZ, which I assume you are because you're listening to us talk about this game for 30 minutes, prioritize like getting the weapons from those big patch events if you think you'll ever use them. Like Brian said, it doesn't really matter because they're W engines and other ones will suffice. But sometimes they put out some W engines or weapons that like they fill a very specific niche that don't often get put out other places, right? Like it might be, making up an example, but they may release an attack W engine that has defense as a main stat. And like right now that could be useless. And then
Caesar
3 years later, Caesar comes, well, she's a defender. But like 3 years later, you have like an Ito style character who is a DPS character, but they scale off defense. And you have no defense-based attack engine except this one that came out in like version 1.3 as an event extra, and that's been sitting in your account collecting Rena dust for ages.
Look, when I inevitably accidentally get Jane Doe, I promise I will make her my second team just so you can stand on the outside looking in at me having fun with Jane Doe, Rena, and Grace.
Yeah, there'll be my face imprint on the window like, you're doing it wrong. Dodge. No.
Jane Doe's face tanking.
You don't. Oh, no. Oh, man. Brian, I hope you get whatever characters you roll on next. I hope you've been building karma from your terrible, terrible police people rolls.
I just I just need to beat the 50-50 one once.
Just once. I want to lose a 50-50 because I won 50-50 on Ellen, and I was really hoping I would get a character that I don't have yet. So
You
I
just
almost wanna
jinxed
lose
yourself
that one.
for Jane Doe.
I'm not gonna.
You're going to
I'm not
somehow
gonna
lose the 50-50 roll twice in a row.
Yeah.
The game's going to like bug out and they're like, oops, she's an anomaly.
Yeah. It'll keep being Soldier 11 pulls, which Soldier 11 is fine, but she's not my favorite, and I don't want to build my team around her.
Who's your favorite Soldier 12?
Soldier 70.
I really.
7?
Well, no, it was 76
78?
from
Oh.
Overwatch.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm an Overwatch legend. We should wrap, Brian. I think that's it. Yeah.
Palms are sweaty, mom spaghetti.
All right. I love it. That's so good. Can I cut that one out?
No,
So we're just going to leave that in.
You have to leave that one in. It's short enough that we
Excellent.
won't run afoul of copyright.
That's it. That's rolling in ZZZ. For our next episode, we may stop and do a character breakdown. We haven't done one of those yet.
I never got to talk about how much fun Ching Yi is.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's plan on. I haven't decided if we're gonna do one character or two characters per episode for a breakdown. But we'll talk through the character, the teams around him, all that fun stuff. If you do have anything you want to contact us about, if you have questions or celebrations or want to share your luck that's even worse than Brian's somehow, or brag about how amazing your luck is, you can email us at sixthstreetunderground@gmail.com. That's all spelled out, sixthstreetunderground@gmail.com. Brian, thanks for talking with me today, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Eric.